This is a Latin letter. If you are a type designer, you must be familiar with this interface. The glyph program has the preset for all the glyphs you need to draw for a typeface. If you want to create a complete English typeface that is usable, you need to draw 250 glyphs in total, including uppercases, lowercases, numbers, and other glyphs in use. Now, what if you want to draw a Chinese typeface? Glyph comes with different presets for different languages. If you open the preset for Chinese characters, this is what you see. The list goes on and on and on. Apparently, if you want to create a usable Chinese typeface, you need to draw more than 10,000 individual glyphs in total. I know this might look intimidating, but just like any other language, Chinese had a long history of evolution. It started with a small amount of simple characters. Then it expanded to this, and to this. But how did the characters expand? The answer is fairly simple. You recycle the characters. Let's only look at one character for now. This Chinese character means female, and this one means mother. As you can see, the female character is being reused in the mother character, which makes sense because a mother is a female. When a character is being recycled in another character and functions as a semantic indicator, it's called a radical. If you open the Chinese dictionary today, you will see the characters in alphabetical order. But before the Latin alphabet was introduced in China, people would use radicals to categorize the characters in a dictionary. For example, the character mother, sister, and she all fall into the female radical category. When I was learning English at a young age, I used an English dictionary to learn the vocabulary. And I couldn't help but noticing words such as able, likable, disable, and capable. All the words contain the same part, which is the root able. And that's when I started to draw a parallel between English and Chinese. Like the character female, mother, sister, and she all have the same part, which is the female radical. It's interesting how the morphemes came from totally different places, but end up in the same place where they look visually similar to each other. But today, I'm only going to talk about the female radical in Chinese, because there is something problematic with it. It all started with two characters, the character she and he. When I was learning Chinese in first grade, the teacher said, when you write the she character, you would use the female radical, because she is a female. Based on this logic, it naturally came to me that when you write the he character, you should use the male radical. But the teacher said, when you write he, you use the human radical. So apparently in Chinese, the counterpart of the female radical is the human radical, and the male radical doesn't exist. I realized from a very young age that there is something wrong with the female radical and the absence of the male radical. So I looked into an online dictionary which listed all the Chinese characters with the female radical. I want to see what are they and why are they, and here comes the problematic part. A lot of words such as envy, slave, evil, delusional, quarrel, harm, whore, demon, greedy, all have the female radical. If you get rid of the phonetic component, all you see here is the semantic indicator, which is Chinese women. This is how Chinese women are perceived by this language. The same situation happens to characters with stereotypes, such as makeup, proper, charming, band, delicate, appearance, graceful. What you're really seeing here is how Chinese women are being described in this culture every day. There are many Chinese people starting to realize this problem and making comments on social media. I hate the word envy. It's an emotion everyone has. Why does it have the female radical? Every time I see so many cursing words with the female radical, I just want to create the same amount of cursing words with the male radical. Marriage shouldn't look like this. It should be this, because Chinese women lose their self-identities once they get married. In conclusion, language is a creation of society. It's an artifact of culture. Women in Chinese characters are being represented in a very biased way. As the language itself evolves, some neutral words are even given negative connotations to insult women. It's worth asking where the language is going, as Chinese in modern context and pop culture has become more misogynistic over the years.